If you're wondering how I achieved this look, then keep on watching.
Hey curl friends, and welcome to another episode from FNHROCKS, and I'm your curl-friendly lawyer, Lavinia Latham. This is a braid out using leave-in and a mousse and some perm rods. Okay curl friends, so let's get into this. These braids, I actually started installing them beforehand. I installed about 6 of them. I did 2 on the left side, 2 on the back right side, and then 2 on the front right side as well too. So doing a really quick length check, you guys can tell that my braids when stretched are about shoulder length, which is a pretty decent length for me. This is the longest my hair has ever been, believe it or not. Fine natural hair can be quite challenging to grow, but once you know what to do, it becomes a lot easier, which is why I'm here to help you. So I'm going in with my Shea Moisture Low Porosity Protein-Free Leave-In Detangler. I'm also going to follow that up with the Shea Moisture Frizz-Free Curl Mousse. I did a full review on our last Curl Chat Wednesday, which I will link in the cards above for you guys to kind of get an idea of what I thought about that after the install of this particular hairstyle. So it was a good wash day. My curls are pretty bouncy. They're doing exactly what I want them to do. I'm gonna go in with my rat tail comb and only to use the end of it as a way to part my strands. So you really want to make sure that that's the only thing that you're doing with it. You are not combing through your strands with it, because then you can really impart unnecessary mechanical damage. So I'm going ahead, kind of trying to get a clean part. You don't have to get a clean part for sure. This is unnecessary manipulation. There are some benefits to a clean part though, just because you avoid using different strands from different parts, which can actually lead to breakage. So I'm clipping that on up with a duckbill clip. Love that because it doesn't have any teeth in it. It doesn't cause any mechanical damage. And then I'm gonna go in with my leave-in detangler from the Shea Moisture Low Porosity line. They actually discontinued this, curl friend. I was so sad. Like, this actually worked really, really well for me. You can tell that it's working really well because the product is literally just sinking into my strands with very minimal work. Like, I don't have to force it in. I don't have to work particularly hard to get it to penetrate my strands. It's literally just doing what it needs to do. Now I'm going in with the Shea Moisture Frizz-Free Mousse from the Curl and Shine. I almost lost some there. Coating each strand, making sure that the strands are properly coated with it so that I can get a really good braid out with perm rod set out of this. So I'm not sure if you guys want a review or a tutorial rather on how to braid your hair, but I'm happy to put one together if you let me know in the comment box below. Also, if you're still with me at this point in the video, comment down below. Have you ever done a braid out with perm rods? And if you did, what product did you use? So, also, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's a giveaway going on right now, right here on FNHROCKS, open to all subscribers, both current and long existing rather. And up for grabs is a $50 gift card to the Beauty Club outlet, which allows you to purchase any product that you want, so long as it's in stock, of course. So I will also leave a link to that in the cards above so that you can easily enter that giveaway. It's going to be open up until the end of this month being July. So I'm working on the next section. This is the last section. The great thing about this leave-in conditioner is that it actually really penetrates itself through my strands. Like, it also has a detangling effect to it, which is fantastic for type 4 curls. As you can see, there's that little piece of breakage that I caused for myself that wash day by being way too rough with my strands. So there's an entire plan in place for that. If you're like me and you're experiencing some breakage, unfortunately, then definitely check out that last Curl Chat Wednesday, because I lay out exactly how it happened, exactly how I intend to, form a plan of action, and how I'm gonna avoid it in the future, because I'm not making that mistake times 2. I'm just not. So yeah, just go ahead, braid. At this point, this video, you guys asked for longer tutorials, and I'm just here to deliver to the Curl Friend crew. So if you're enjoying this tutorial and you know you might want to try it out yourself at some point, definitely go on in and give this video a big thumbs up. Those things really help the channel out, and they signal to YouTube that there's quality content over here on FNHROCKS. So at this point, I had like a little knot at the end of my hair, and I'm just slowly working that on out. I'm trying to be, you know, as gentle with it as possible. It might look like it's a little less gentle than I actually was, only because I did have to speed up this video. If I didn't speed this video up, we'd literally be sitting here for like at least 25 to 30 minutes. And you know, I can make longer videos for sure if you guys like. I mean, I love hanging out with you guys, so you let me know and your curl-friendly lawyer will definitely deliver. So that's it. I got my braids in. Everything is looking pretty good. It's moisturized, it's good to go. That little piece is really bothering me, you guys. Like, as a perfectionist, it's like, why? I'm going in with my Camille Rose Cocoa and Nibs growth oil to really try to encourage that spot to grow. I'm just thankful that it doesn't stand out that much, and it really is a tiny piece of hair. Like, it's not as big as it could be. So we are gonna go on in with our perm rods. Just rolling it on up. So it's funny, like this video was requested by Pretty Brownie 1. So shout outs to Pretty Brownie 1 for requesting this video. I didn't even realize that I had perm rods in my collection, but lo and behold, I did. And so it's a pleasure really to bring this video to you guys. So what you want to do when you're applying your perm rods to the ends of your curls, you want to make sure that you can kind of wrap your hair around the perm rod at least 2 or 3 times to make it secure and to also not be adding too much pressure, so to speak, to the actual hair strands. So I only need about 8 of these because there's 4 braids on each side. So that's just more, you know, kind of like showing you exactly what I'm doing. So curl friends, this is another opportunity for us to connect. How do you install your perm rods? Do you install your perm rods by, you know, the way I'm doing it right here? Or do you install your perm rods by in a different manner? Let me know in the comment box below. So also, have you had a good experience with mousse? I'm gonna give you guys a little fast, quick tip. The mousse was not good for me. Honestly, like this style, you'll see for yourself, and you can let me know your judgments and whether or not you think that this style was actually successful once the final results come through. But I will let you know that as a product with moisturizing agents, I don't necessarily think that the mousse was the best idea. Perhaps it was good for, you know, people with type 3 curls, but for my type 4 curls that just require a little bit more hold, require something that gives more definition, sis, this just wasn't it. So that braid at the back, like, I don't know, it was just giving me some trouble, you guys. Like, you'll see. I think I had to like redo that one like so many times. Like, it just felt like it was hanging weirdly and like in a way where like my strands might pop off. I mean, looking back at this tutorial and preparing this tutorial for you guys, I think that it'd probably be better if you apply more mousse to your ends just before putting them on the perm rod, just so that your ends are saturated with product. My hair was still saturated with product at that point, and I didn't necessarily feel like I needed anything more. So for me and for what I was trying to achieve, this was perfectly fine. But being the perfectionist that I am, I really wanted the perm rods to sit at the exact same spot on both ends. The very next day, you're gonna wake up, your perm rods should be completely dry, your braids should be completely dried by now. The perm rod set, the braids, everything should be good to go. So be super careful. The perm rods are actually really easy to remove from your strands, which is nice about this. Like, it's really hard to like engage in over manipulation or rough manipulation with these perm rods, because like, I mean, it's an easy tool to work with. It's really, really beginner friendly, which is exactly what I am. I'm really new to the styling world, And so yeah, I'm going in with the Seal and Soften from Camille Rose, the leave-in collection oil, to make sure that my fingers are nice and slippery and that I can get as much definition as possible. So if you guys haven't checked out the review for that yet, I'll also leave that in the cards. I did a full review, a talk-through review actually, of this product as a leave-in and as a light oil. It's summertime right now, so the lightness of the oil is very important. And, you know, it just helps to not overly burden or overly weigh down fine strands. So I'm liking this right now. I'm getting the definition that I want. Everything's looking pretty good, actually. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to check out the toyed out video that I did. It's another tutorial. Pretty much it's the exact same thing here, except minus the perm rods. Definitely check that out so that when you do try it out on your strands, maybe you can avoid some of the you know, challenges that I might have come across, and maybe even repeat some of the things that I did that were correct. So how y'all doing at this point? Are you enjoying this? Are you having a good time? What's your summer been like, and what's your experience quarantining and dealing with the whole, you know, coronavirus situation? Because no matter where you're watching this from, you're probably going through it. The whole world is in pandemic mode right now. It is what it is. It truly is what it is. On my end, things are good. I'm really enjoying creating this content for you guys. You know, you requested it, I'm providing it, and it's just a really fun thing that I look forward to. Also, if there is any product that you want to check out while you go ahead and join the subby giveaway, then definitely check out Beauty Club Outlet. The link to that store with a lot of the products that I talk about right here on Fine Natural Hair Rocks is located within the description box. So what are you guys thinking about the way the braid out is coming out so far? And Pretty Brownie 1, if you see this, what do you think? Do you like it? Curlfriend Crew, are you enjoying this? Do you think it's gonna turn out proper? For me, I know that I was starting to get excited when I saw the first slide come out, because I was like, this is good. At this point, my fingers were starting to get a little bit dry, and so I needed to attach a little bit more of the oil to my fingers so that I could get that nice, that slip and slide effect back. So going on in once again. Also, one thing that I should mention to you guys, these gloves were so whack. Like, the gloves that I used to use before, I purchased them from the nearby dollar store, and I don't know, like, once the coronavirus pandemic hit, I guess everybody just bought out all the gloves. Like, they used to sell like a whole box of like 100 gloves, really great gloves for hair care for like, I think it was like $8 or something Canadian, which is insane. And now, like, you can't get that for the life of you. Like, these gloves that I'm wearing in this video, those I purchased for like, I think $8 for like 10 of them. So that's just to show you how crazy things have been since coronavirus hit. But I'm getting to the front now. For those of you who might be wondering, why do I wear gloves with my hair care? It's so that I can increase slippage. Sometimes I have eczema on my fingers, and the products aggravate it, and they also cause, you know, some shafting on the hair strands. So to avoid all that, I like to wear the gloves, which prevents my hair strands from breaking off on, you know, some of the rougher points on my hands, but it also protects my hands from having issues because of all the different products that I might be trying out. So yeah, girlfriend, we're touching on the end of this tutorial. I'm pretty much done with removing those braids. I like it. I think this is something that I'm going to repeat in the future. It looks nice to me. The definition is alive and well. The mousse did what it needed to do in that moment. Like, I don't have any qualms with that. I mean, I don't know if it's the mousse or the leave-in, because the leave-in really agrees very, very, very well with my fine natural hair. Again, curl friends, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and hit up the notification bell. So here is the final look. You know, all of us natural hair influencers, we gotta give that 360-degree turn to give you a good look at the style. It was a little bit frizzy. It lasted, I wanna say, like 1 day. The next day it was a hot mess, but while it was good, it was good. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!